Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and this is Harley Quinn, Season 2, Episode 11, A Fight Worth Fighting For. Welcome, everybody. Before I get started here, I'm going to take care of a little business first, and then we'll get into it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops at the very end here. If you like that, hit the subscribe button. If you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you can hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com and take a look at the schedule up there. I also have all my social media links up there. So Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. No tier set up as yet on the Patreon. I also mirror that whole every week the schedule there on my Facebook page. And speaking of Facebook, there's a Facebook group page which you guys can, you know, log in there, chat, post stuff, and chat amongst yourselves. All right. So since we got that out of the way, spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch the episode. Come on back. This will be a video you can comment down below in the comment section. Thank you, Viking Bitch, for the paddle. All right. So one of the things I really loved about this episode was that Frank does he comes in at the very end, the very beginning and the very end, to give us a recap of what happened so far. And of course, he's with his stoner friend as he's sitting there on the couch, munching on popcorn and talking about what we've gone through up until this point, and all the craziness, which I thought was pretty fucking funny. And I even love the whole thing of talking about, Dr. Psycho getting this helmet that the Riddler helped him get, and it's something straight out of a fucking comic book, which is just really funny. It's very meta, yes, I understand, but it's also very funny at the same time. Um, so good stuff, and this is a great episode. I mean, this really was a great episode. You see that Poison Ivy is having she's basically rushing to get married to Kite Man, and she doesn't want to. She has the same feelings that Harley does for her, and she's kind of burying him at this point. So yeah, and of course, Harley, of course, is bringing the Joker back so she can get the Justice League to come out of the Fable book, so that we can pimp slap that little bitch of a Dr. Psycho into place. And of course, what does Joker do when he comes back and he remembers everything? He kind of digs into Harley, but at the same time, he's a little bit different, saying that, you know what, the last 6 months when he's been dating this nurse in training, I guess you could say, and hanging out with her kids and all this stuff, and he's happy. He actually is in love, is what he says. So, it's one of those things. And as he is relating this to her and telling, Harley, as they're searching for the Book of Fables, which, is possibly in a parademon nest at this point. Um, and he's kind of going through things. She's recounting what's going on with her and Poison Ivy. And it's kind of funny. Joker is the one who ends up telling she tells him that he needs to fight for his relationship that he's got going on right now, and he tells her that she needs to do the same with Poison Ivy, which is kind of uncharacteristic of the Joker at that point. Yeah, I don't believe it's gonna last either, Viking Bitch. I really don't think this turn is gonna last. Even Batman is kind of thrown off by all of this because he gets them out of the parademon nest because he thinks they're the ones that are working with Dr. Psycho in order to bring this shit to Gotham that's been happening. And he's kind of not on board with this, going, wait a minute, he's gone through a lot of shit in 6 months. He even says this about the Joker. And they, of course, get, the real book, which is still back at the house, and get Zatanna to come over and free the Justice League. And I love when the Justice League comes out of that book and Superman is so traumatized because They made him sit there and listen to the same song over and over and over, and kind of like It's a Small World, being trapped on the It's a Small World ride, having to listen to that song over and over and over again. Yeah. And I agree with you, Penn. Joker and Harley did find true love, but not with each other. Exactly. Well said. Um, and we had a lot of just some weird ass parademon stuff going on too. The whole thing with the parademons cuddling and the one erping up some acid onto the other one's face, killing it while it's cuddling and it doesn't even move. Just so, and then also the parademons flying into some power lines and knocking out power to the city. And then they're just general mayhem of them going through the city and eating people, ripping people apart, fighting over scraps of arms and things like that. Yeah. And and of course, Harley and Joker just beating the shit out of parademons, him with a signature crowbar and her, of course, with her baseball bat. So there's some good stuff in this entire episode. And at the end, of course, Dr. Psycho has taken control of Poison Ivy and has sent her out to go and kill Harley. Because why? He needs to get Harley Quinn's head in order to give it to Darkseid so that he can complete the whole deal that Harley Quinn had with Darkseid in the begin with, which was if he takes over Gotham City, he gets the world, he gets Earth, essentially. And I love Darkseid. By the way, Darkseid, voiced, of course, by Michael Ironside, the legendary Michael Ironside, shall we say? And the whole thing with him going, "You called Wonder Woman a name that even I would not utter," while calling him a dwarf at the same time. Oh man, yeah, they there was a lot of callbacks to season one in this one, quite a bit. And that's what was needed done because we do get wraparound of what happened with season one. There was some stuff that started in season one that's kind of brought into the forefront, I guess you could say, of season two here as well. And so it all ties together. And as Frank said, this is some real Peabody Award winning type of shit. This writing. Oh man, Frank just kills me, man. He really does. He really, really kills me. I want more of Frank. And as he says, the reason why he comes in on every other episode or something like that is because his character tracked well within the the focus group. That's what I love about this show. I mean, honestly, it still takes care, it still has reverence for the source material, but it is a comedy, and at the same time, it's violent, but also it's meta because it can call itself out on some things, and it's just kind of that perfect balance. It's that tightrope walk that is really hard to get. And I just have to say kudos to the guys who are doing the show. They have found that right little bit of balance, and they've created a really good show. They really did. Joker says that, as you said earlier, just enough of JB Smooth, in my opinion, is what he says. I that's what you just need. You just need a little bit of Frank. You don't need Frank in every episode, just a little bit of Frank, and that's perfect because like I said, they find the right balance, and it's really hard to do in a show. Now, this might crap out on a season three if there's a season three, because even they have said they haven't heard anything yet about a season three, which is, if you're seeing what's going on right now with HBO Max and all that kind of stuff, and I don't know how much longer DC Universe is going to be around. I don't know if it's going to fold into HBO. So essentially, I just posted an article on suspended Funimation on the Facebook page. Uh, HBO Max is going to stay. HBO Go is going to go, and HBO Now is going to be called HBO, because obviously people are too confused about their apps, because it's the same thing that AT&T did with DirecTV Now. They fucked everything up. They lost a lot of subscribers and people left. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be talking about this in more depth tomorrow, Pen. Yeah, it just hit like probably about an hour ago, something like that, an hour and a half ago. So yeah, I'll be talking about that tomorrow during Saturday morning blast off. Oh man, I'm really hoping though that DC Universe stays. It's it's a good streaming service. It really is. It's one of the strengths that AT&T actually has. It seems like AT&T, whenever they have something good, they decide to fuck it up by either canceling it or destroying it in some way that doesn't make it what it was, or raising the rates really exponentially to the point it's not worth it. So that's AT&T for you. I just don't understand their business model, if they're just trying to get rid of customers and trying to piss them off or what's going on, but it seems like that's what their business model is. I can't be certain on that. So, so what else do I have going on for you? Tomorrow, like I said, is going to be Saturday morning blast off, where I take the genre news of the week and any genre stuff you guys want to talk about and talk about it. Sunday, I'm going to be off. Monday is going to be Stargirl. Tuesday, I think I'm going to take Tuesday off, quite honestly. Um, and Wednesday is going to be Is It Worth My Time? Artemis Fowl is what I'm going to be talking about. Disney Plus, their movie Artemis Fowl, that's directed by Kenneth Branagh. I thought it was a series at first. There was a lot of, they weren't making it clear as to what the fuck it was, but it's a movie. It's a movie based on a series of books. I've never read the books. I just watched the movie. That's all I'm going to say on that. And that's what I'll do on Wednesday. And then, of course, Thursday I'm off, and Friday we roll back around to Harley Quinn. So the week afterwards is going to be the big one, because then we're going to have um, Doom Patrol comes back on the 25th, on the 25th of June. Yeah. And I can't wait for that. If you haven't seen the trailer for Doom Patrol season 2, go and watch it. You can go to my Facebook page and you'll see it. It's there. It's in the feed. That's right. It's all there. So I take it everyone really liked this episode. It was one of the better episodes of the series. It tied a lot of stuff together. Um, I love Bethany, his uh, partner. We finally get to see her, at this point too, and we get to see everything that transpired. There was a lot of stuff in this episode. They pretty much packed this. It's only 22 minutes long, and yet I don't know. It felt like an hour, just because of all the stuff they packed in there, and that's kind of unusual again for an animated show, for any show for that matter. That doesn't feel not long that it's like, oh my god, this is boring, but long in that there's a lot of stuff packed into it, and a lot of story packed in, and a lot of resolution too on some stuff. And yeah, and of course leading to more mayhem that's going on with Poison Ivy there. I'm pretty sure that Harley's gonna kick the shit out of Dr. Psycho at some point in time, but we'll get there. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to let you guys go for the night. I want to thank everybody who joined me tonight in the chat, and thank you if you made it this far in the video. And if you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the very end here. You're going to see a video pop up here. And if you like what's there, hit the subscribe button down below. Like, share, and subscribe down there. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, you can hit the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule that's up there. I post it up every week. And also, I have all the links to my social media. So, Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. There we go. Viking Bitch says, I'm looking forward to Harley kicking Dr. Psycho's ass. Yeah. And that was the other thing that was kind of funny, too. Dr. Psycho relating how when he was a little kid, he could never ride the Ferris wheel. And then when he saw the Ferris wheel come down and kill all those people, it stoked a fire in him, kind of thing. And that's how he came to not like women. And Darkseid's like, that doesn't make any sense whatsoever. It was pretty damn funny. And I love that Michael Ironside came back for this and is actually voicing Darkseid and doing this in a way that is still humorous, but still he's playing the straight man on this one, which is good. I like it. He's doing a good job. Everyone's doing a great job in this voice wise. And like I said, story wise, everything. There's nothing not to like in this show. Is that a double negative? Uh yeah, whatever. It's a good show. All right, everybody. Thank you again for joining me. I'm gonna let you guys go for the evening. Have a good night. And remember, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may wind up on a Ferris wheel that little fucker Dr. Psycho is watching fall. And you really don't want that to happen because damn, that's all I can say. He's kind of an asshole that way. Thanks, everybody. I will see you tomorrow for Saturday Morning Blast Off. Until then, stay safe and have a good night.